In this series, we have outlined much of the more recent science on cannabis, but there are also well-established harms of cannabis known for decades that need mention. It has long been known to be a gateway to illicit use of drugs like cocaine, heroin, ice, and speed, with a solid science that pro-pot activists ridicule at their own peril. Then there are the linkages to alcohol use disorder and a motivational syndrome, where a young person is not motivated to do anything. There is not a mother on the planet who, looking into the eyes of a newborn baby and dreaming of its future, wants a motivational syndrome for that child. There are also its effects on brain function, on reproduction, and the heart. So in summary of what we have seen in this series, cannabis is not the benign wonder drug it is painted to be. It is causal in twice as many cancers as tobacco, almost every major birth defect tracked in Europe, with those particular harms epigenetically passed down to 3 or 4 generations of children and grandchildren. It is mostly no better than placebo medicinally. It presents unacceptable dangers on our roads. It adds a significant psychosis burden to our society while being a significant contributor to societal violence and homicide, and a significant suicide burden, before mentioning many other harms. And it prematurely ages a 30-year-old user by 30%. This is a substance that is not fit for medicinal or recreational use. It is always nice to be able to have the last word. The media has typically been silent on the newly verified harms of cannabis, or been part of the dishonest marketing and huckstering of cannabis as the wonder drug able to cure every malady. Returning to that TV episode mentioned in our episode 9, it sought to ridicule our organisation by showing 2 medical cannabis patients, one with stiff man syndrome, who was remarkably helped by medicinal cannabis, and another with Crohn's disease. This episode didn't care to air my words, saying that cannabis has some demonstrable effect on MS symptoms, which may be relevant to stiff man syndrome. So some things were conveniently left out, but they ridiculed a statement that we made that much of the efficacy of cannabis was due to a placebo effect. Go back to previous episodes in this series, and you can see how right we were. Here is the email that was sent to that Channel 7 producer, inviting him to air a new episode on, well, the placebo effect. Don't hold your breath.